Test, test. Test, test.
Back on the Husky Sports Network after a little rain delay, we move to play in the bottom of the third inning here. Game one of a doubleheader. Hoping we get to him. UCA leads it 4-2. 3, 4, and 5 due for Mary Ellen Hall's HBU Huskies. Autumn Sidlick, right-handed hitter, steps in. Takes a strike. Sidlick struck out swinging her first time up. 351 coming in the average for Sidlick. Takes down in the dirt low a ball. Count goes to 1-1. Game one of a doubleheader, Southland Conference action, HBU Central Arkansas. From Husky Field, Houston, Texas, on the Husky Sports Network. Sidlick pulls the hands in and bounces that one foul.
She wants it. You can tell she wants it so bad.
We talk about it often with Sidlick. You know, fast hands, power hitter. Sometimes she's a little out in front. She has a tendency to pull a lot of balls into foul territory. You know Sidlick's going good when she starts hitting stuff the opposite way. Tries to pitch outside. Jordan Johnson was a starter for Central Arkansas, 8-4 record coming in. She'll remain in the circle. We'll set that UCA defense here in a moment. Sidlick fouls that one straight back. Count goes to 2-2. Wilderman, Sperling, and Harris left to right in the outfield. Hill, Whitehouse, Brown, Shepard, third to first. Jordan Johnson, Tyler, Vernon behind the dish for the Bears of Central Arkansas. Currently sitting in the number 2 position in the Southland Conference play, 13-2 coming into this weekend's action as Sidlick takes down a ball and count goes full. Sidlick looking for get on base. Some base runners here. It's early trouble for Jessica Patak as she was relieved by Sarah Vinker in the third. Sidlick hits that one to center fielder and right fielder back. Center fielder at the wall on the warning track. Sperling has it. Sidlick is gone for the first out here in the third. That brings up Caitlin Brockway, sophomore first baseman. Tomball, Texas native, Tomball Memorial High School. Johnson climbs the ladder. Brockway swung right through it, down 0-1. Brockway, 338, second on the team in home runs at 5, 21 RBIs coming in. Hits that one to shortstop. Shortstop coming up with it on her knees, throws, got her. Nice play that time. Kristen Whitehouse. Over to Shepard. Nice play off her knees. So 6-3 to retire Brockway. 2 outs hit now, bottom of the third, and that'll bring up the Husky left fielder, J.C. Roberts, redshirt freshman, Deer Park, Texas. Back up the box, and Roberts remains hot. Roberts' second knock of the day had an RBI knock in the first inning to bring home Eccles. She keeps the hot bat going. It's her second base hit of the day, and that'll bring up Riley Bullen. Bullen, a senior, League City, Texas. Clear Creek High School by way of San Jacinto Junior College. Struck out her first time, takes a strike there. 0-1 the count. 2 down. Runner at first base, J.C. Roberts. 5th hit of the day for HBU. 4 runs, 3 hits. First 2 innings for Central Arkansas. Johnson tries to get Bullen to chase. She doesn't. That'll square the count at a ball and a strike. Bullen 288 as we talked to top 6. As we were talking to Coach Natalie Duron coming in. Top 6 in this HBU order, as tough as any in the Southland Conference. Swinging strike runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes on Bullen.
Something interesting about their pitcher, Johnson, she's seen 15 less innings compared to Beaver, but has 5 more strikeouts on the season than Beaver does.
Well, you can tell by watching Johnson. Johnson's got good stuff. I mean, she's bringing it. Hey, she's got hit a little bit here in this game, as we mentioned, 5 hits. But I don't think velocity is the issue with Johnson. It's hitting her spots because she's, even after the rain delay, she's still bringing it pretty good here for Central Arkansas. Threw that one right past Bullen. Just blew her away with that one, and that'll retire the side. No runs, a hit by Roberts. She's left, and we'll go to the top of the 4th inning from Husky Field at Houston, Texas. Your score, UCA 4, HBU 2. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here on the Husky Sports Network, Rodney Sidlick, happy to be joined by Ashton Ritchie. Looks like the clouds have broken up, and hopefully we can get these 2 games in today here in Houston. Sarah Vinker in the circle, her 2nd inning of work for HBU. 0-1 the count. 6, 7, or 7, 8, 9 due up for UCA. Shortstop Kristen Whitehouse made a nice play that last inning. She bloops that one over Hagler at second base into center field for a base hit. 2nd hit of the day for Whitehouse. She had an infield single and scored in the 1st. Tyler Vernon, the catcher, will step in now. Vernon, a sophomore, 250 the average, coming in. Sacrifice her first time. Takes a strike. Whitehouse, a freshman, right-handed hitter, native of Moore, Oklahoma. Hits that one foul, 3rd baseline. She's down in the count now, 0-2. Top of the 4th, we play 4-2 the lead. Central Arkansas, game 1 of 2 being played today. Everything moved back. This is our typical Friday schedule being played on Saturday. We'll do it again tomorrow, 2 p.m. First pitch here at Husky Field in Houston to conclude the 3-game Southland Conference Series. Fouled back again, and the count remains 0-2 on the Bears catcher, Tyler Vernon. Sarah Vinker, 2-1 record, 533 earned run average coming into today's play. As that pitch is fouled back again. Count remains 0-2. Well, nobody out. Runner at first base. That's Whitehouse. She singled. Start things here for Central Arkansas. Center fielder Reagan Sperling waits on deck. She drove one out of here her first time up. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch that time by Vinker. Vernon is retired swinging for the first out here in the fourth. And that'll bring up the center fielder, number 9 hitter Reagan Sperling. According to the stat sheet, that would have been Sperling's first home run of the season. Right-handed hitter. Takes a ball. Redshirt junior. Sperling, a native of Sherwood, Arkansas, north of Little Rock High School. Right-hander. So we said left the yard her first time. She lips out with the right, just foul. Puts that one down in the corner, and that's going to be an RBI double, perhaps even a triple for Sperling. Sperling, a pretty nice swing there for a 217 hitter. We'll try to check, since we're running a little bit late. I'm not sure how many games got played yesterday, but we'll check out the Southland Conference scoreboard to kind of get you caught up on the action. Some of the series around the conference may be wrapping up today, unlike here where everything got pushed back because of the rain yesterday. But it looks like things have broken up pretty good. I'm going to knock on wood because everybody kept saying during the break that we were looking at showers till about 6 o'clock. We're right at 5 o'clock Central Time. But it looks like things are starting to clear here. It's a call strike. Count will move to 2-2, and the number 9 hitter, Jenna Wildman, waits on deck for Central Arkansas. Pitch is fouled. Count remains 2-2, 1 out now. Runner at first base, that's Whitehouse. She singled to start things here for Central Arkansas. They have an early 4-2 lead on HBU. Off-speed pitch hit right through Shelby Eccles at shortstop, bulling up with it. Eccles, diving attempt. That ball got down to her and got through for the base knock. Runners at first and second now. A lot of production out of that number 9 spot today. Central Arkansas, we run back to the top of the order for Jenna Wilderman. Fouled out to the catcher and popped out to the shortstop. She'll be looking to bunt. Left-handed hitter. Freshman. 423 the average coming in for Wilderman. Bentonville, Arkansas. Happen to know what Bentonville, Arkansas is the home of?
Why would I know?
Because it's probably the only thing in Bentonville, Arkansas. Walmart. See it on the side of every Walmart truck. Bentonville, Arkansas. For the leadoff hitter. Playing left field today for Central Arkansas. Throw back down. That was close. Nice throw that time by Jaquez. Hagler covering. Whitehouse just back in ahead of the throw at second base. So 1-2 the count. 1 out. Leadoff hitter at the plate. Runners at first and second.
It's like ACU and McNeese. McNeese got a 3-0 sweep earlier this morning.
Pitch is fouled straight back. 2-2 the count now. On the Bears left fielder, leadoff hitter. 0 for 2 on the day. Situation here. Runners at first and second, only 1 out here as we play top of 4. Ball is poked over Sidlick, and diving catch, nice play. Back over to second, and that will be a double play. Nice play that time by the shortstop, Shelby Eccles, as she will grab it and throw out the runner who had wandered a little too far from second base, and that'll retire the side. So no runs, a couple of hits, no errors, and 2 left. One left. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth from Husky Field in Houston. Your score, UCA 4, HBU 2. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back at Husky Field, Houston, Texas. Husky Sports Network. Huskies trail at 4-2. 7, 8, and 9, Sarah Vinker. Started the game as a designated hitter, now in the circle, so I guess you'll say pitcher hitting at this point. Nice hit. Gets up on the second baseman, but she'll recover. That's Mary Kate Brown over to Shepard. Vinker is retired 4-3. So Hagler, the second baseman, got to knock her first time. She was stranded. Takes a strike as Jordan Johnson continues to deal in the circle for Central Arkansas. Dealing to the right-handed hitting freshman, Casey Hagler, 100 the average coming in. Up that with a base knock. Right-handed hitter Hagler. True freshman, Splendora, Texas native, Splendora High School. Coach Mary Ellen Hall showing confidence in Hagler's. Moved her into the lineup, was able to move Roberts left field, get her back in her more natural outfield position. I said, a lot of these changes necessitated because of injuries early on as Hagler swings and misses, and she's gone down swinging for the second out here in the fourth. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter for Huskies. Right fielder Sierra Humphrey. Sacrifice fly, RBI. Her first time up. Left-handed hitter 208 coming in for the Tecumseh, Oklahoma native. Junior takes a strike. 0-1. 2 down now, nobody on. UCA leads it 4-2. 4 runs, 5 hits for UCA, 2 runs, 5 hits for HBU. Pitch is fouled off, and Humphreys finds herself down in the count 0-2. As we play bottom of the fourth, game 1 of scheduled Southland Conference doubleheader rescheduled from yesterday. All the times are screwed up now that we've had a delay. I think Ashton Ritchie's ready to go around the Southland Conference.
Oh, you kill me. So last night, Nichols and Corpus split in their doubleheader.
Swing and a miss. We'll catch up. We'll catch up with the Southland at the next inning. 3 up, 3 down, 4. HBU. We'll move to the top of the 5th inning from Husky Field in Houston. Your score: UCA 4, HBU 2. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Mary Kate Brown will step in, number 2 hitter in the lineup. Coach David Kewen. His 13th season Central Arkansas, a lot of success bringing that program to prominence in Division I in the Southland Conference. Takes a strike. Central Arkansas on the move as one of 5 schools presently in the Southland Conference. UCA, the only school moving to the Atlantic Sun Conference. And then there's the 4 Texas schools, SFA, Sam Houston, Abilene Christian, Lamar. They'll be moving to the WAC for the next academic year.
It'll be interesting to see them in that conference.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Southland as the ball is hit to Eccles. She comes up throwing over to Brockway. Retire Brown for the first out here in the 5th. Now, I'm interested in see what the Southland looks like in the years to come. You know, there's talk of expansion. There's talk of, where do you go from here? You probably still need at least 2 more schools to complete this conference. Do you invite a SWAC school? There's some D2 schools out there in the Lone Star Conference with some really good facilities that the conference may add. There's all kind of rumors floating around, but a lot of change, this mid-major level of Division I athletics, and those changes will start with the next calendar year. And I think it's sad to some extent for schools like UIW and HBU that are going to lose a lot of their Texas rivals. Mm-hmm. Pitch is fouled off, so you're going to see HBU, UIW, and A&M Corpus Christi are the lone remaining 3 Texas schools.
Corpus. I'm glad Corpus is staying. I mean, I played volleyball here, and Corpus was a big rival of ours. So I'm glad that'll still be there.
Yeah, Corpus is a good program. The problem they have with Corpus is a non-football playing school, so they've got to. To get that AQ qualifier for the FCS playoffs, they're going to have to pick up a couple of schools. And if you get some D2s that have transitions, then you have to wait that transitional period before they are eligible for postseason play as the ball's hit to Bullet in center. She's got it. Retire Shepard, and that'll be the second out. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Jaylee Engelkiss, the sophomore, steps in for UCA. Hit by a pitch, scored, and struck out. So officially 0 for 1 on the day for Engelkiss as she takes a strike on the outside corner.
I'll be interested to see SFA in this new conference. They've been kind of the big dogs in most sports. They took the game earlier this morning to Northwestern State, and they lead 2-1 in the top of the 4th of Game 2.
So it looks like some action got pushed back, not just
I think a little bit.
Yeah. Sun's coming out. It's turning into a pretty nice afternoon as that ball's hit right back up the middle. No way Hagler could get to that one. And it's a 2-out base hit for Engelkiss here in the 5th inning.
The rain must not have reached Sam Houston because Southeastern beat them a nice little 13-0 in Game 1 today.
That's a shellacking. You said that game was played in Huntsville?
Mm-hmm.
I think most of the bad weather was more to the south than to the north.
Yeah.
I know I heard from my parents up in Montgomery, Texas, near Lake Conroe, and they were kind of bewildered by the rain delay that we had here. They said the weather was really nice. Swing and a miss by Hill, the third baseman. Base hit, 2 RBIs. And a pop up to third baseman in foul territory for Hill. That ball is dribbled foul. Hill, redshirt senior from Henrietta, Oklahoma. Morris High School.
Looks like the Nichols-Corpus game maybe got a little affected, but Nichols and Corpus split last night, and Nichols leads 8-1 down in Corpus,
Down
top
in
of the
Corpus.
6.
As we said, Coach Mary Ellen Hall, the goal has to be to get this club to the Southland Conference Tournament in May in Hammond, Louisiana, as the ball squirts away from Jaquez. That'll allow Engelkiss to get down to second into scoring position now. 1-2 the count on Hill. Vinker would like to end it right here. Our team back in the dugout tries to get Hill to go fishing on the outside corner, and she's not doing it. So deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as we play top of the 5th. Runner at second base now for UCA. Sarah Vinker. That ball is hit foul down the left field line as Roberts will dig it out of the corner and get it back into play. Right fielder Harris waits on deck, would be next. Swing and a miss. Got her to swing, and that'll retire the side. So no runs on a hit, 1 left. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th inning. From Husky Field at Houston, your score, UCA 4, HBU 2. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back to the top of the order for HBU here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Shelby Eccles, left-handed hitter, steps in. Base on balls is scored. Fly out to left. The day so far for Eccles as Eccles will try to get something started as this game started fast and furious. A couple of 2 spots, first 2 innings for UCA. A couple of single spots, first 2 innings for HBU. And that's where we stand here as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Outside corner gets a strike call, 0-2. Again, we've seen quite a liberal outside corner the last few weekends here at Husky Field. Got to protect here. Exactly what smart pitcher right there as Johnson goes after, goes a little bit further outside. It gets Eccles swinging, taking advantage of that strike zone. And that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 5th, and it'll bring up the catcher, Heidi Jaquez. Jaquez, bunt single, is out 3 unassisted. So 1 for 2 on the day for Jaquez, a senior backstop out of Wharton, Texas. Need to get some base runners on to let Sidlick and Brockway do what they do. Pitches outside a ball. 1-1. Jaquez 382 coming in. 11 RBIs, 1 home run for the left-handed hitter. Jordan Johnson continues to pound that outside corner. Get that call. Go out there and make them call it. And it's exactly what she's doing right here as she is attacking and getting those Husky hitters to try to reach for that outside pitch, as Jaquez did there. Again, goes for the outside corner. Jaquez holds up. 1-2, 1 out. Autumn Sidlick, the third baseman, waits on deck for HBU as we play bottom of the fifth inning with UCA leading at 4-2 over HBU. Again, outside corner, swing and a miss, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Jordan Johnson to start the fifth inning, and that'll bring up Sidlick. Sidlick, the third baseman.
See,
Deep fly to center and a strikeouts today for Sidlick.
Mentioned earlier about those strikeouts, man. I think this is the most I've seen us gone down swinging in a few games. There she goes.
Typical Sidlick swing. She drives it towards the baseball facility here at HBU. Yeah, it's such a rocky first couple of innings. Gave up a few hits, but Jordan Johnson has settled down quite well. Not much going for these Husky hitters. As Sidlick hits that one at third base, but fair territory will throw, not have a chance, and that'll be a base hit for Sidlick. She got it just down the third baseline. Kyla Hill gloved it in fair territory, but wasn't able to do anything with it as the ball got away from her. So Sidlick will stand there with a base hit. 6th of the day. And she'll give her running mate, Caitlin Brockway, a shot, an RBI. Brockway a strikeout in 6-3. So she's 0 for 2 on the day. .333 the average for Brockway as she steps in. Fouls that one straight back to even the count of the ball and a strike. 2 outs. Bottom of the fifth inning. UCA with a 4-2 lead. Autumn Sidlick at first. She singled after 2 outs. Caitlin Brockway trying to put something in the gap or leave the yard. Square this game up. Going after that outside corner again and misses. And the count goes to 2-1 on Brockway. Brockway second on the team in home runs with 5. Sidlick with 6. Sidlick with a couple of them last week. Climbs the ladder again. Brockway swings right through it, and that'll square the count. Deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. So we play bottom of the fifth inning. Sun poking through it. I think we might have a good rest of the day to finish up our doubleheader here in Houston. Brockway climbed the ladder again. She's gone. That'll retire the side. No runs. 1 hit, 1 left. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning from Husky Field in Houston. Your score: UCA 4, HBU 2. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here at Husky Field in Houston, Texas, Rodney Sidlick. A little help from Ashton Ritchie today on our Husky Sports Network broadcast of HBU Southland Conference Softball. Tremere Harris, Sidlick up, over. Good play that time by Sidlick, the third baseman. Harris thought she beat the wrap. Close play at first base. Head coach David Kewen is going to go have a word with the first base umpire. Sidlick did all she could do charging. But Harris was called out. Kewen's still not happy. He's barking at both umpires. Close play that time. Had the benefit of the replay. That'll bring up the shortstop, Kristen Whitehouse, a freshman. Whitehouse, more Oklahoma native, right-handed hitter. Takes down a ball. Whitehouse 259 with 3 homers and 12 RBIs as she steps in. 1 out here. We play top of the 6th. Pitch is hit deep to the left. Roberts drifting back at the wall. She's got it right up against the wall. Nice catch, J.C. Roberts. As she was
Didn't catch it.
Oh, she didn't.
Tipped right over her glove.
Boy, I thought she had that sucker. Wow. So it ends up being a home run by Whitehouse. She got that one up here. Thought Roberts got the glove on it right as she was right up against the Pepsi sign. Vernon, they're down to Eccles, 6'3". Vernon is retired for the second out here in the 6th inning. So in little insurance via the long ball, second long ball of the day for Central Arkansas. I'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Reagan Sperling. Sperling left the yard in the 2nd inning. Hit one off the light pole stanchion in left field just behind the Pepsi sign. Zavanker misses, and the count goes to 1-0. 2 down. 1 run on the board here, top of the 6th inning for Central Arkansas. Compliments of Kristen Whitehouse. Got one off the glove of J.C. Roberts in left field. Zavanker misses again. The count goes to 2-0 on the right-handed hitter, Sperling. Left fielder Wilderman waits on deck for Central Arkansas. So Vinker takes a little off. Vinker's been good. First run scored against Vinker since she entered the game in the 3rd inning in relief of Patak. Pitch is fouled off. So wind up and do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Top of the 6th inning. Husky Field in Houston. UCA with a run on the board here in the 6th, lead at 5-2. Sarah Vinker dealing for HBU, climbs the ladder. Sperling fouls it straight back. So we got another one coming up following this game, and we'll come back and do it at 2 p.m. first pitch on a Sunday afternoon here in Houston, Texas, as all of our action was moved back because of weather concerns, but looks like we may be past that. Another shot for Eccles. Eccles to Brockway, 6'3" to retire the side, but the home run by Whitehouse scratches another run on the board for UCA. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning from Husky Field in Houston. Your new score, UCA 5, HBU 2. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here at Husky Field in Houston, Texas, Rodney Sidlick, Husky Sports Network. Five, 6, and 7 due for HBU. J.C. Roberts steps in. 2 for 2 on the day for Roberts. Couple of base knocks and an RBI. That average up to 365 for the redshirt freshman. Deer Park, Texas native. Slaps that one foul down the left field line. I was talking to Coach Natalie Duran before the game. I said, I thought Roberts' most complete hitter on this team. Coach did not disagree. He's come a long way. He's a freshman, redshirt freshman, but Roberts one of those rare hitters that hits for average, can hit for, has a little bit of power, hit to the gaps, versatile defensive player. Become one of the best all-around players in this lineup and just a redshirt freshman, so bright future for that young lady. She fouls it off as she's down to the count 0-2. Couple base knocks already on the day for Roberts. Riley Bullen, Sarah Vinker due here in the 6th inning. She pops that one over shortstop. May bloop that one in, but the center fielder, Sperling, nice running catch that time. She'll have it. And Roberts is retired for the first time today. She flies out to center. That'll bring up Riley Bullen. Bullen, a senior. Center fielder today. Takes a strike. League City, Texas native, south of Houston, Clear Creek High School, by way of San Jacinto Junior College. Bullen a couple of strikeouts today and finds herself down in the count again, 0-2. So tough day so far for Bullen. Sarah Vinker waits on deck for HBU as we play bottom of the 6th inning with UCA leading at 5-2. Dribbles that one. Pitcher has it. Will flip to first. Bullen is retired. 1-3 on the putout. That'll bring up Sarah Vinker. Vinker started the game as a designated hitter, entered the game as a pitcher in the 3rd innings, pitched well. Double her first time at bat and a ground out, so 1 for 2 on the day for Vinker. 211 the average. 3 runs scored, an RBI and a home run last weekend for Vinker. 2 outs. Hits that one to the second baseman, Brown, up over to Shepard, and that'll retire the side 4-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll move to the top of the 7th. From Husky Field in Houston, your score UCA 5, HBU 2. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Is Kayla Beaver going to start the next game?
Probably.
She's just a red shirt freshman.
I know.
Kind of studly there, don't you think? Back here at Husky Field, Houston, Texas, top of the 7th inning we go. Jenna Wilderman, third base, but tough day for her so far, 0 for 3. Foul out, fly out, double play ball, or lined into a double play her last time at bat. Ball's off the glove of Jaquez for a ball. Wilderman, redshirt freshman from Bentonville, Arkansas. Left-handed hitter. 5.71 the line for Central Arkansas, 2.60 for HBU. Swings and slaps at that one and comes up empty. Wilderman will be followed by Brown and Shepard, the top three in that order for UCA. Pitches down low, a ball. Two and one the count, nobody out. Top of the seventh inning, Husky Field in Houston. Outside corner call, got that, and that'll run the count even at 2-2. It's Mary Kate Brown waits on deck. Kaylin Shepard in the hole. Pitches outside, and Vinker goes full with the Bears leadoff hitter, Jenna Wilderman. Wilderman 423 coming in, stands at 412 right now. You get leadoff hitters. She swings, ball in the dirt. So she swings, strikes out, 2-3 on the putout. So that'll bring up Mary Kate Brown, the second baseman. Freshman from Atkins, Arkansas. Takes a strike. Brown, base on balls scored, base on balls stolen base, and 6-3. So officially 0 for 1 with a couple of walks today for Brown. Pitches outside by Vinker. Vinker in the circle. Came in relief in the third. Jessica Patak. The Bears jumped on Patak early for a 2-spot in the first and a 2-spot in the second. They made that hold up so far. Added insurance in the sixth and lead it 5-2 as outside corner pitch is called. 1-2 the count with one out here in the seventh. Looking to the bottom of the seventh, 8-9 and 1 due for Coach Mary Ellen Hall. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. Brown is down swinging, and that'll bring up Kaylin Shepard, the first baseman for UCA. Shepard hit by a pitch, had scored, struck out, and flied to center. So 0 for 2 on the day. 241 the average as she steps in. Pitches up high, a ball. So Vinker has worked well. The White House home run, the only blemish in her ledger. She came in relief. Pitches down, a ball. Count goes to 2-0. 2 down. Top of the seventh inning here. Game one of a Southland Conference doubleheader from Husky Field in Houston, Texas. Husky Sports Network. Comes back, gets the plate on that one to run the count to 2-1. Designated hitter Jaylee Engelkiss waits on deck. Would be next for UCA. Vinker deals down low, a ball. Count goes to 3-1 on Shepard. Gets the call that time. So we'll go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the seventh. Sarah Vinker looking to get this last out and get her team back in the dugout and give them a shot in the bottom of the 7th. As she deals, ball's hit on the ground. Eccles up with it over to Brockway, 6-3 to retire Shepard, and that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Last chance for HBU as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Your score, UCA 5, HBU 2. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here, Husky Field, Houston, Texas. Last chance for the HBU Huskies, bottom of the 7th. Hagler, Humphreys, and back to the top with Eccles. Due for Mary Ellen Hall. Hagler, a base hit and a strikeout on the day. 1 for 2. 312, the average. Takes a ball. 1-1 the count. 9 strikeouts for Jordan Johnson in the circle so far. She's worked pretty effortlessly since those runs in the first 2 innings. Not much happening for HBU since the second. 1-2 the count on the freshman second baseman from Splendora, Texas. Trying to get on base as the Husky needs base runners. Chasing 3 here at the bottom of the 7th. Takes up a ball with a count to 2-2. Nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning. UCA leading it 5-2. Game 1 of a Southland Conference doubleheader. Hagler pops that one up. Shortstop out. Left fielder in. Left fielder Wildeman has it. That's the first out of the 7th inning for HBU. That'll bring up Sierra Humphrey. Humphrey 1 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and an RBI sac fly for Sierra. Left-handed hitting Tecumseh, Oklahoma native. Takes outside ball. 1-0, 1 out. Johnson gets the call that time up in the zone. That'll square it at 1-1. Humphreys, 228. She steps in. 1-2 the count. Call, strike 3, outside corner again, got her. And Humphreys is going looking for this second out here in the bottom of the 7th. So we'll go back to the top for Shelby Eccles. Last chance for HBU. Eccles 0 for 2 on the day. The base on balls and a strikeout. Base on balls and scored in the first inning. Scored the first HBU run. Attacking that outside corner. And she keeps getting the call. Johnson's going to keep going there. And we said that in the last inning, and she continues to pound that outside corner, especially against these left-handed hitters. Pitch is fouled straight back. Eccles finds herself down in the count 0-2 now. Jaquez waits on deck. She would be next for HBU. As Huskies need base runners at this point. Trailing 5-2. Going outside again. Doesn't get the call. Count goes to 1-2 to Shelby Eccles. Another one of those red shirt freshmen. Pearland, Texas. St. Agnes Academy. Outside corner again misses. So I took a detour on my way in off the Beltway coming in. And as I came in off the West Park Tollway, I passed St. Agnes Academy. Didn't know it was so close to HBU. Pitch is fouled off. So deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as we play bottom of the 7th. HBU chasing 3 down 5-2. First game of a 3-game Southland Conference series from Houston. Climbs the ladder. Tries to get Eccles to go fishing. She doesn't, and the count goes full. Eccles would like to get on via whatever means that she can at this point. Give Jaquez and Sidlick a chance to do some damage here for HBU. Pitch is fouled. Left side. We'll wind it up and do it again at 3-2. So the sun came out, and it's ended up being a pretty nice afternoon. We're going to be running a little late. Games were scheduled for 3 and 5. Probably be looking more about. We'll be looking at after 6 o'clock for the start of the second game. It looks like we'll get it in. Puts it right up the middle. Pitcher has it. Johnson over to Shepard, and that'll do it, and that'll be the ball game. So UCA takes the first game of the 3-game series. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for UCA. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for HBU. Jordan Johnson picks up the win. That'll run her record to 9-4. Jessica Patak suffers the loss for HBU. Her record drops to 5 up and 8 down. So stay tuned on our broadcast. If you're watching the streaming broadcast, we'll keep the stream up. About a 15 to 20 minute between games. We'll keep the stream up, and we'll join you when the 2 teams are ready to play and get the second game underway here from Houston. So once again, your final score for Game 1 of the doubleheader today, UCA Bears 5, HBU Huskies 2. Stand by. We'll have the second game coming your way next. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. That's what I thought. Back at Husky Field, I was broadcasting to silence here to start the game. We're all right, though. Wilderman led it off with a base hit. She was erased on a Brown fielder's choice 1-6. That's where we stand as that ball is hit past Hagler for the base hit. Brown will come around to third. Once again, first inning trouble for HBU, just like they faced in the first game, as Bears now have runners at first and third. One out. J. Lee Engelkiss, sophomore. Greenbrier, Arkansas, redshirt sophomore. Left-handed hitter. Look to get the Bears on the board here in the first. Squares to butt. Jaquez will throw down. Now the play at the plate. Jaquez with the tag. She's out. Throw back to second. Safe. So a nice play that time as Jaquez threw down, and then the throw back will get the runner Brown for the second out of the inning. Shepard goes to second on the play, and it's 1-0 the count now with 2 outs. So 1-0 the count on Engelkiss. Pitches up high a ball. Will run the count to 2-0. Lindy Swanson, freshman, in the circle today for Coach Mary Ellen Hall. 160, the earned run average, 5-0 record. Hits the outside corner. Swanson, a Katy, Texas native. St. John, the 22nd, where she played her high school ball. So runner cut down at the plate, pitches up high a ball. That'll run it to 3-0 on the Bears' designated player, J. Lee Engelkiss, 375 as she stands in. 18 hits, 5 doubles, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 3-1. 3-2, excuse me. 3-2 the count, 2 outs, runner at first base, top of the first inning from Husky Field in Houston, Texas. Pitch is fouled back. Lindy Swanson in the circle. 5-2 the final first game, 3-game series. Central Arkansas runs their record to 14-2 in Southland Conference play. HBU drops down to 7-9. As we mentioned, HBU trying to hold on to that 7-8 spot and qualify for the Southland Conference tournament. Outside corner doesn't get the call. That's one of those calls they've been getting all afternoon. Doesn't get the call that time on Engelkiss, and she'll trot down to first base with a 2-out walk. That'll bring up Kyla Hill. She takes a strike. Hill, senior. Henrietta, Oklahoma, Morris High School. 260 the average as she steps in. Takes a ball. When they count to 1-1. Two outs. Harris waits on deck, would be next. Pitches outside. Same outfield as game one. HBU, Robertson left, Bullen center, Humphreys right. Third to first on the infield, Sidlick third, Eccles short, Hagler second, Brockway first, Jaquez behind the plate, Swanson in the circle for HBU. Swing and a miss. Square the count at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch is blooped out to the second baseman. Roberts, nice, or Hagler, excuse me, nice play. Used to having Roberts out there. Hagler, nice over the shoulder to catch to retire the side. So no runs, a couple hits. No errors and one left. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning from Husky Field at Houston. No score between UCA and HBU with the Huskies just coming to bat. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here on the Husky Sports Network, Rodney Sidlick. Little change in the lineup for Coach Mary Ellen Hall's flip-flop of Eccles and Jaquez in this game. Jaquez going to get the lead off. Eccles will bat second, followed by Sidlick, Brockway, Roberts, Vinker, the designated hitter, then Bullen, Hagler, Humphreys. Starting 9 for HBU. Trying to get back on the plus side and salvage a second game of a doubleheader against this really, really tough Central Arkansas squad who comes in here 26-12 overall record, but more importantly, 14-2 in Southland Conference play. They're hanging into that second spot behind conference-leading undefeated SFA. We'll check some scores as we go along the way. We had some delays, just as we were. These were the two games scheduled for Friday. Move back to Saturday, and we'll play another one tomorrow at 2 here at Husky Fields. That ball's hit back up the box. No chance for the second baseman, Brown. Jaquez turns into the consummate leadoff hitter. Give her the infield single. And that'll bring up Shelby Eccles. Eccles, a freshman, 337 as she steps in. 0 for 3 with a run scored in the first game for Eccles. Instead of that 2 spot, maybe Coach Hall can get Eccles to lay down a bunt, sacrifice, maybe beat something out to kind of get her going, as she's been scuffling a little bit as of late. Still at 337, and she does. Puts the butt down, pitcher Beaver covering. Shepard put out 1-3. That'll bring up Autumn Sidlick. Sophomore third sacker, 341 as Sidlick steps in, right-handed hitter from Conroe Oak Ridge High School, north side of Houston. Foul ball. Goes to 0-1. So the sacrifice by Eccles is good. Advances Jaquez to second base, scoring position for Sidlick. Beats that one into the ground, but beats it past the shortstop. Not enough to get the run home, but Sidlick will reach with the base knock Second hit of the inning for HBU. First and third now, one out for Caitlin Brockway. Jaquez moves over to third. Now RBI opportunity for Brockway. A little swirl to the winds now. Check the game time temperature, but sun is out now here in Houston. As Brockway takes a ball. It's like those flags are blowing straight out to center field here as sun came out, rain's gone. Double play ball off of the second baseman, but the shortstop gets the ball, touches, believes Sidlick is out. And she is. So Brockway gets the RBI on the fielder's choice. 6 unassisted on the play as the shortstop touches the bag to get Sidlick. As Brockway reaches on the fielder's choice, she stands at second but gets the RBI. So Sidlick is retired. J.C. Roberts steps in for HBU. Roberts, a freshman from Deer Park, 360 the average for Roberts. 12 runs, 31 hits, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs, 19 RBIs. Roberts looks at a ball. Talking to Coach Natalie Duran before the game. Talking about Roberts being a very good young complete hitter. Hits for a little bit of power, can go gap to gap, hits to all fields. High average. Versatile defensive player, all-around solid ball player. Redshirt freshman. Carrie Augustine product out of Deer Park. 63 degrees the game time temperature here in Houston. A little sun poking out, so it feels pretty good. It looks like those flags are all blowing straight out to center field. So as we mentioned, that solid part of the middle of that lineup, Sidlick and Brockway and Roberts, and try to get something up into that jet stream here at Husky Field and drive it out between center and left. Pitching coach will go out to have a word with Beaver. Kayla Beaver, right-handed pitcher. Redshirt freshman from Jackson, Tennessee, Southside High School. Impressive stats on the year. A lot of work for that young lady. 152 the earned run average. 13-5 the stat line. 20 appearances, 16 starts, 13 complete games, 100 and a third innings pitched, 77 hits, 26 runs, only 17 earned. Walk to strikeout ratio, 17 bases on balls compared to 80 strikeouts, and a 204 batting average against for the young pitcher for Central Arkansas, and one of the best pitchers of the Southland Conference this year. It's a strike on call on Roberts, and that'll run the count to 2-2. So one out. Brockway at first base. She reaches on a fielder's choice. RBI. Pitch is fouled back. So Jaquez, who led the game off with an infield single, the first run on the board for HBU. Roberts lifts that one down the right field line. Harris has room in foul territory. She's got it, and that will retire the side. So 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left for HBU. We'll go to the top of the second inning from Husky Field in Houston. Your new score, HBU 1, UCA nothing. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here at Husky Field, Houston, Texas. Top of the second inning we go. Sarah Vinker on the mound. Bunts laid down. Sidlick up over to Roberts. Nice play that time by Sidlick to Hagler. Wanted to say Roberts because she played so much of the year at second base. It's Hagler. So 5-3 on the put out of Harris, Whitehouse, and Sperling. 6, 7, 8 in this lineup for Coach David Kewen. Here in the second inning as we play game 2 of the doubleheader. Lindy Swanson in the circle. Didn't mention outstanding numbers for her as well. 5-0, 160 earned run average in 16 games. Only 3 starts in a couple of complete games. Eccles over to Brockway. And Whitehouse is retired 6-3. That'll bring up the center fielder, Reagan Sperling. Sperling had a big day in the first game. A home run, a couple RBIs, and a base knock, 2 for 3. A couple RBIs for the number 9 hitter, or the number 8 hitter in the lineup. She was a number 9 hitter in the first game. She takes a strike. Always hit Eccles will have a chance to get up over to Brockway, and that'll retire the side. 6-3 on the putout. 3 up, 3 down for UCA. We'll go to the top of the second. From Husky Field in Houston, your score, HBU 1, UCA nothing. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here at the Husky Sports Network, 1-0. HBU leads it as we play bottom of the second inning, game 2 of the Southland Conference doubleheader. We'll all get together and do it again tomorrow at 2 o'clock first pitch scheduled here. Husky Field in Houston. Its action was moved back due to weather. Things have cleared up and 63 degrees at game time. Pretty nice. Sarah Vinker steps in. Lead it off for HBU. Vinker will be followed by Bullen and Hagler. 6, 7, 8 in Mary Ellen Hall's lineup here for game 2. Vinker 1 for 3 with the run scored. She had a double in that first game. Outside a ball. Count goes to 2-1 on Vinker. 200 the average coming in for the sophomore. Houston, Texas native. Swings and misses at an outside pitch. Episcopal High School by way of Ball State University. Transfer for Vinker. Pitcher by trade, but as we've mentioned, Mary Ellen Hall having to use some of her pitchers as hitters. Gets away. She chops that one foul, and she'll stay alive at 2-2. Emily Sampson behind the plate for UCA here in game 2. Hill, Whitehouse, Brown, Shepard, third to first on the infield. Wildeman, Sterling, Harris in the outfield. Ball's hit to the third baseman. Nice play up and over. Kyla Hill, nice play. She gloved that one, got it over to Shepard, and Vinker is retired on the nice play. That'll bring up Riley Bullen, senior center fielder, 262 as she steps in. Right-handed hitter, League City, Texas native. Clear Creek High School by way of San Jacinto Junior College. Hits that one right at the second baseman, Brown. Line out to 4 for the second out here in the second inning. Nice contact by the last two hitters and nothing to show for it, and that'll bring up the freshman second baseman, Casey Hagler. Hagler 1 for 3 in the first game. 294 the average. Freshman from Splendora, Texas. Takes a ball. 2 outs. 1-0 the count. HBU leading it 1-0 here as we play bottom of the second inning. Husky Field in Houston, Texas. Swing and a miss. Hagler comes up empty. Squares the count at 1-1 with 2 outs. Game 3 coming your way tomorrow. Sunday action for the Huskies this weekend. 6-3 on the putout. Hagler's retired to retire the side. And the Huskies go quickly and quietly. 3 up, 3 down in the second. We'll move to the top of the third. From Husky Field in Houston, your score HBU 1, Central Arkansas 0. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here on the Husky Sports Network, Game 2 of a doubleheader between Central Arkansas HBU, top of the third inning, number 9 hitter in the Bears order. Emily Sampson steps in, catcher, redshirt freshman, Tahlequah, Oklahoma native, Tahlequah High. Takes a strike from Lindy Swanson. After Sampson, we return to the top of the lineup with Wildeman and Brown for UCA. Sampson takes down a ball. 130 her average coming in. 3 hits, limited action. Couple of doubles, 3 RBIs. Redshirt freshman catcher. Hagler up 4-3. The umpire signaled no catch. Gets the out 4-3 to retire Sampson, and we'll go back to the top of the order for Jenna Wildeman. So Wildeman, a base hit her first time up. So we're going to have a conference in the middle of the field for Coach David Kewen, questioning whether she's out or not. The umpires get together, agree that she's out. Cueing is upset once again. I agreed with a couple of those calls over at first base. He continues to bark. At the top of the lineup, Jenna Wilderman, freshman, steps in for UCA. She'll ground that to Sidlick. Sidlick up over to Brockway, 5-3 for the second out here in the third. Mary Kate Brown steps in. Fielder's choice her first time. 0 for 1. Brown 398. She stepped in coming into the action today. She takes a ball. So 2 down now. Top of the third. 1-0 the count as Lindy Swanson works quickly here for HBU in the circle. Pitch is fouled back. Square the count at a ball and a strike. 2 outs. HBU leading at 1-0. Jaquez scoring on a Brockway fielder's choice to bring in the first run for HBU. Couple of hits in the first inning for UCA, but a double play helped Swanson out of that mess. Hit on the ground through past the shortstop Eccles. Brown is aboard with a 2-out base hit. That'll bring up the first baseman, Kaylin Shepard, senior. Mechanicsville, Virginia native, redshirt senior. 2:39 as she steps in. Pitches outside a ball. So Brown at first, reached on a single. Shepard a base knock her first time up after going 0 for 3 with a run scored in game 1. Takes up high a ball. 2-0. Designated player, Engelkiss waits on deck, would be next for UCA. Pitch is fouled off. Roberts gives it a look. Count goes to 2-1 on the Bears' first baseman, Kaylin Shepard. Pitch is up. Call it a strike. 2-2 the count. HBU, no midweek action. Checking out the schedule. They did have a game scheduled at one time midweek for this week, and it's been taken off the board. So next weekend, third weekend in a row, we'll be back here at Husky Field. Lamar Cardinals will be in town. Another base hit. First to third goes the runner as the ball is hit past Hagler at second base for a base hit for Shepard. Now first and third for J. Lee Engelkiss, a sophomore. Greenbrier, Arkansas, Greenbrier High, redshirt sophomore, infielder and pitcher. Engelkiss reached on a base on balls her first time. Now looking for an RBI opportunity first and third with 2 outs here for Central Arkansas. So quickly and quietly the first 2, then back-to-back base hits here after 2 outs for Central Arkansas. Lindy Swanson works in the circle for HBU. Looking to get out of this inning. It's up a high. Now she falls behind in the count 2-0. Four hits already today for Central Arkansas. Outside corner for a strike, 2-1. So we mentioned Lamar will be in here for a doubleheader scheduled for Friday, the usual schedule, Friday 5 and 7 noon on Saturday. The upcoming schedule for HBU. Pitches inside. HBU faithful below. Thought that pitch caught a portion of the inside corner of the plate. They're barking. 3-1 now, the count. Don Engelkiss. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Second walk of the day for Engelkiss. That'll bring up Hill. Kyla Hill. Hill lined out to the second baseman her first time. Coach Natalie Duron will walk to the circle and have a word with her freshman pitcher, Lindy Swanson. Bases loaded, all of this coming after 2 outs. Sampson and Wilderman will retire, and then base hit Brown, base hit Shepard, base on balls. Engelkiss have loaded them with 2 outs for Kyla Hill, senior. Henrietta, Oklahoma. Morris High School for Hill, senior. 260 coming in for Hill. Said 0 for 1 on the day. Hill was 1 for 3, a couple RBIs in the first game. Takes a strike. Lindy Swanson trying to work out a bases loaded trouble as we play top of the 3rd inning from Husky Field in Houston, Texas. Outside corner again. All of a sudden, pitcher's not getting that outside corner that they got in that first game. That'll square the count at a ball and a strike. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Brown, Shepard, Engelkiss gets a strike call there. 1-2. Swanson needs to go after this hitter right here. No place to put her. 1-2 the count. Hill fights off the pitch to the outside corner. Stay alive. Hill 29 RBIs coming in to lead this UCA team. 7 home runs also leads the Bears club. Big opportunity right here with the bases loaded. Pops that up in the air. Shortstop has it, and that'll retire the side. So no runs, a couple hits, a walk at 3 left. We'll move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. From Husky Field at Houston, your score, HBU 1, UCA nothing. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back on the Husky Sports Network. Game 2, Southland Conference doubleheader between the Bears of the University of Central Arkansas, the HBU Huskies. Central Arkansas runs their record now to 14-2. HBU falls to 7-9 after dropping the first game. Sierra Humphreys steps in, the number 9 hitter, right fielder, junior, Tecumseh, Oklahoma native. Humphreys 0 for 2, but got an RBI on a sac fly in game 1. She'll look to get something started here in the home half of the third inning. She swings and just gets a piece, and that'll square the count at 1-1. Humphreys, and then we go back to the top of the lineup with Jaquez and Eccles here in the bottom of the third inning. Nighttime starting to fall on us a little bit here. Looks like we beat the bad weather for the day. Things have cleared up. Nice, cool evening here in the southwest side of Houston, Texas. 2-1 the count, nobody out. Sierra Humphreys leading off here in the bottom of the third inning. HBU with a 1-0 lead. 1 run, 2 hits, no runs, 4 hits already for UCA. They'll be back to do it again tomorrow, 2 p.m. First pitch scheduled for Husky Field in Houston. Three and one now, the count for Humphreys. Sac fly, a couple strikeouts at game 1. She grounds that one foul past third base, and the count goes full to 3-2. Humphreys, Jaquez, Eccles. For HBU, trying to salvage a split of this doubleheader against this very tough Central Arkansas squad. Came into today second place in the Southland Conference behind SFA. Humphrey swings and misses. She's gone. First out here in the third, and that'll bring up the top of the lineup. Heidi Jaquez. Jaquez infield single in the first. She came around to score on the RBI fielder's choice by Caitlin Brockway. She takes a strike. Jaquez, senior, catcher, Wharton, Texas native. Fights that one over second base. Will bloop that one into right field for a base hit. Looks like a line drive in the scorebook as Jaquez is able to fight that over Mary Kate Brown at second base. Between her and Harris, the right fielder. She's on now. 1 out. That'll bring up Shelby Eccles. Second hit of the day for Jaquez. Eccles sacrificed her into scoring position her first time up. Doubt she'll sacrifice here with already 1 down. Takes a ball. Eccles looking to try and get back on track, struggling a little bit as of late. She'll chop at that one and hit it foul. Eccles, a freshman, 337 as she steps in. Pearland, Texas native. Attended St. Agnes Academy nearby here in Houston, Texas. It's really settled into that shortstop spot for Coach Mary Ellen Hall. Hits that one back up the box. Second baseman up, over, no play. Got caught in no man's land that time by Brown. Wasn't able to turn it on Jaquez. Decided to go the route over to first, but by the time she got out of her glove, Eccles had beat the wrap. So an infield single for Eccles. And that'll bring up Sidlick, the third baseman. Sidlick had a knock her first time. After a 1-for-3 afternoon in the first game, she comes up hacking and fouls it off. 0-1. For Sidlick, the sophomore from Hails from Spring, Texas, Conroe Oak Ridge High School in Montgomery County. It's north of here. The reigning Southland Conference Hitter of the Week. Takes down low a ball. Sidlick with power to all field. She's left this yard from left, centered, and right so far this season. Leading home run hitter on this Husky squad with 6. Two and one the count. He counted her favor here. You might see Sidlick try to get one up in that jet stream here. Something she can drive out of here. Nothing she can do with that one way inside a ball, and the count runs to 3 and 1 on Sidlick. Caitlin Brockway, the cleanup hitter, waits on deck for HBU as we play bottom of the third. 1-0 HBU leads it. Sidlick hits that one. Center fielder camps under it. She'll have it. No tag on the play. Sidlick is retired by Sperling. She becomes the second out here in the third, and that'll bring up Caitlin Brockway, the first baseman. Fielder's choice RBI for Brockway. Back in the first, drove home the first run. Got a chance to do it again here. He'll take a base knock with 2 outs. Jaquez at second. Brockway swings and comes up empty. 0-1 the count. For the Tomball, Texas native, 333 as she steps in for Brockway. Cleanup hitter. First baseman fouls it off. Count down. She finds herself down the count 0-2. So, as we said, Caleb Beaver in the circle for UCA. 13-5 record coming in. Only a .204 batting average against and 80-17 the strikeout to walk ratio. Quite impressive for this redshirt freshman pitcher for UCA. Brockway continues to battle. Right here, Brockway just looking for something she could drive out to the outfield. Base knock should get Jaquez home. J.C. Roberts waits on deck, would be next. Tries to climb the ladder on Brockway. Nothing doing there. Count goes to 1-2. So Caitlin Brockway, right-handed hitting first baseman. Looking at an RBI opportunity here for HBU. Climbs the ladder, swings, comes up empty, and that'll retire the side. So no runs on a couple of hits. And we'll go to the top of the fourth inning from Husky Field with Houston. Your score, HBU 1, UCA nothing. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here on the Husky Sports Network, top of the fourth inning we go. Tremere Harris, freshman right fielder, to lead it off for Central Arkansas. Harris, a local product out of Conway, Arkansas, Conway High School. Takes a ball. 286 coming into today's game for Harris. Comes up empty with that swing and squares the count at 1-1. Harris grounded out her first time. Slaps that pitch foul. So count goes to 1-2. Harris followed by Whitehouse and Sperling here in the fourth inning for David Kewen's UCA Bears. Foul again. Roberts will give it a look. One and two the count. HBU leading it 1-0 here as we play top of the fourth, game 2 of a doubleheader. 5-2 winners, UCA first game. Pitches up high, a ball. Runs the count to 2-2. So HBU looking to salvage a split here in today's doubleheader. Come back and do it again tomorrow. 2 p.m. first pitch scheduled from Husky Field in Houston. Pitch is slap foul again. As we mentioned, no midweek game. That one was taken off the schedule. Cardinals, Lamar, scheduled to invade Husky Field next weekend, Friday and Saturday. Friday doubleheader, Saturday single game per the normal Southland Conference schedule. Lamar struggling. The basement, Southland Conference. Sidlick up, airmails that one to Brockway as she gets it over her head. No throw down to second as Humphreys backs it up. Sidlick had time, just throw got away from her, and that'll be an error on Sidlick, the third baseman. So the E5, 2 base errors. Harris stands on second now. So we're going to see what the ruling was on that. I'm not sure if they gave her a hit and then an error to go to second, or if it was a 2-base error. Pitch is hit out to right. Humphrey circling under it. She's got it. Runner will tag Harris, and she'll get to third base with 1 out. F9. As she is retired for the first out here in the fourth. On the play, Harris advances to third on the fly out to right field off the bat of Whitehouse. Now Sperling, the center fielder, stands in for UCA. Reagan Sperling, sophomore. Sherwood, Arkansas, North Little Rock High School, redshirt junior. Playing in center field today, batting in the number 8 spot, Coach David Kewen. Down low a ball, and count goes to 1-2. So 1 out here in the fourth inning for HBU. That was hit down to Brockway. We'll check the runner. 3 unassisted on the putout. Nice play that time by Brockway for the second out of the inning, holding Harris at third, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, catcher Emily Sampson. Sampson was retired 4-3 her first time up. She grounded out to Hagler at second. 2 outs now. Hits that one at third base. Sidlick up with it over to Brockway. Nice play that time. As Sidley gets the play, ball got away from her, but she recovers to get the out to retire the side. So no runs on a hit for Central Arkansas. We'll move to the bottom of the fourth with HBU still leading it 1-0 over Central Arkansas. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back on the Husky Sports Network, Rodney Sidlick. Game 2. Southland Conference doubleheader. HBU leading at 1-0 as we play in the bottom of the fourth innings. The freshman left fielder J.C. Roberts steps in for HBU. Roberts hit the ball to right field foul. Tired for her at-bat here. First game, 0 for 1. She takes a ball. Roberts a couple of knocks, 2 for 3 on an RBI in game 1 today. She continues to hit the ball consistently in Mary Ellen Hall's lineup. Takes a strike, and that'll move the count to 1-1. So Roberts, number 5 hitter, followed by Vinker and Bullen here. We play bottom of the fourth inning. Second game of a doubleheader, 3-game series. Right up the box again. Robert continues to pound the middle of that field. That's kind of turning into her trademark as a hitter, the base knock up the middle. And she's on again now for Sarah Vinker. 0 for 1 on the day. Vinker had a double and a run scored in the first game. She'll try to keep things going here. Try to follow the Roberts base knock. Vinker, a local product out of Houston's Episcopal High School. Transfer from Ball State. Job in that circle, first game for HBU. Squares takes to count to 2-0 now. So Kayla Beaver in the circle for UCA. Pretty much the workhorse of this UCA pitching staff. We saw Johnson in the first game, and that 1-2 punch has pitched the majority of the innings so far this season for Central Arkansas. Vinker heading the count 2-1. Nobody out. J.C. Roberts stands at first. She's there with a base hit. Sarah Vanker looking to get her over. Takes again. Now the count goes to 3-1. Bullen waits on deck as we play bottom of the fourth inning, Houston, Texas. Husky Field on the campus of Houston Baptist University. Southland Conference softball action. Vanker lays it down, nice bunt. First baseman will have it, so 3-4 on the put-out sacrifice. And that'll bring up the center fielder Riley Bullen, lined out to second her first time. Bullen swings and misses for strike one. Bullen 0 for 3 in the first game, 0 for 1 so far today. Right-handed hitting senior center fielder, League City, Texas, Clear Creek High School, San Jacinto Junior College. RBI opportunity now. Roberts is at second. Not much going. 1 run, 5 hits, and an error for HBU. No runs, 4 hits for UCA. So pretty much a classic pitcher's battle here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Bullen protecting that outside corner, just fouls it off, and now she's down in the count 1-2. Bullen struck out a couple of times in the first game. Looking to make contact here with 1 out. RBI opportunity as Casey Hagler, the freshman, waits on deck for HBU. Pitch that one right, hit hard. Brown over to Shepard at first. 4-3 on the put out of Bullen, and that'll bring up Casey Hagler. As Vanker moves to third base. Hagler 1 for 3 in the first game. 0 for 1 here in the second game. Looking at a RBI opportunity with 2 outs. She hits that one to the second baseman. She'll have it. Brown over to Shepard. And again, 4-3 to retire the side. So no runs on a hit and 1 left. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning from Husky Field in Houston. Your score, HBU 1, Central Arkansas nothing. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here at Husky Field in Houston, Texas, top of the lineup for Coach David Kewen, Wilkinson, Brown, Shepard. Ball is hit foul. Left fielder Jenna Wildeman. 4:09 coming in. A base knock in 2 trips today for Central Arkansas. Top of the lineup looking to get something started as UCA has struggled against Lindy Swanson. He's pitched well. Comes up a ball. No swing, says first base umpire Nico Williams. The 1-1 the count on Wildeman. Bentonville, Arkansas native. Red shirt freshman, left-handed hitter. 1-2 the count. Mary Kate Brown waits on deck. Swanson tries to climb the ladder. Squares the count at 2-2. So we play top of the fifth. 5-2 UCA winners game one. HBU trying to creep back close to 500 in Southland Conference play. 7-9 now. Ball is hit back to the pitcher. She'll fire. Swanson over to Brockway. 1-3 on the putout of Wilderman. The first out here in the fifth inning, and that'll bring up Mary Kate Brown, second baseman. 398 coming in. Fielder's choice and a base hit so far here in the second game from Brown. Left-handed hitter, Atkins, Arkansas. Redshirt freshman. Takes a ball, 1-0. Kaylin Shepard, senior first baseman, waits on deck for Central Arkansas. Outside corner. Swanson wanted the call, didn't get it. 2-0 now the count on Brown. Pitch is hit on the ground to Hagler. Ball comes up on her, but she'll throw over to Brockway to retire Brown 4-3. Second out here in the fifth. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, first baseman, Kaylin Shepard. Shepard of Mechanicsville, Virginia native. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Left-handed hitter. Two outs, nobody on. Here in the fifth for Central Arkansas. Swanson tries to climb the ladder again, misses, 1-1. Nice job so far. 4 hits through 4 2/3 for Lindy Swanson. Came into the game with a 160 average and a 5-0 record. Pitch is fouled back. Run the count to 1-2. The UCA 3-hole hitter, first baseman, Shepard. Cleanup hitter, Engelkiss waits on deck. Would be next with 2 outs. Swanson trying to get her club back into the dugout here. Look to add to that 1-0 lead. That pitch is pounded out to center field. Bullen, Roberts. Roberts will have it, and that'll retire the side. So 3 up, 3 down for Central Arkansas. We'll move to the bottom of the fifth inning from Husky Field. It's Houston, your score. HBU 1, UCA nothing. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here on the Husky Sports Network, Rodney Sidlick, Game 2 of doubleheader Southland Conference action with HBU leading at 1-0 over Central Arkansas. 9-1-2 due here for Coach Mary Ellen Hall's HBU Huskies, looking to creep back to 500 and secure that 7th, 8th spot. Stay in the running for a berth in that Southland Conference postseason tournament coming up in May in beautiful Hammond, Louisiana. Sierra Humphreys leading it off. Right fielder struck out her first time, 0 for 1 on the day. Humphreys a sacrifice flying a couple of Ks and an RBI in the first game for the junior out of Tecumseh, Oklahoma. Swings and comes up empty. Now square the count at a ball and a strike. So we play bottom of the 5th. Not much going on in the way of run scoring today as the Huskies scratch for the lone run. Leadoff single, Jaquez. She was brought home on a fielder's choice by Brockway. The only run so far in this ball game, 0-4-0 Central Arkansas 1-5-1 stat line for your HBU Huskies. But as we said coming in, it's a very tough Central Arkansas group. Came into the play today 13-2, second behind undefeated Stephen F. Austin here in the Southland Conference as that ball is up and the count goes to 2-2 on Humphrey. Heidi Jaquez waits on deck. She'll be followed by Shelby Eccles as we play here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Houston, Texas, HBU just got a piece by Humphrey. Count remains 2-2. As we mentioned, Lamar comes in here. That'll be the 3rd weekend in a row of Southland Conference softball action. It'll be the final home series of the year for HBU. Humphrey fouls it off. They'll go on the road to finish the season as they'll go on the road to Corpus Christi and Nacogdoches to end the season for HBU. That pitch just misses, and the count will go full to Sierra Humphrey. Down, and Humphrey does a really good job of working the walk at that at-bat. Base on balls turns the lineup over and bring up the top of the batting order Heidi Jaquez, who's 2 for 2 on the day with a couple of knocks. Tough action coming up. Central Arkansas will play a midweek game in Fayetteville against the University of Arkansas this Wednesday before returning to Southland Conference action next weekend. They return home to Ferris Field to take on the Stephen F. Austin Lady Jacks, and that'll be a battle of first and second place teams going at it in Conway. The Bears finish the season trips to Hammond and then return home for the finale of the 3-game series against Lamar to finish off the season. So Heidi Jaquez, nobody out. Heck of a job getting that one down. Pitcher throws. Second baseman covering. So 1-4 on the put out of Jaquez, a sacrifice. That'll bring up Shelby Eccles. Eccles looking at an RBI opportunity. Eccles 1 for 2. Or 1 for 1, excuse me. She got an infield hit and then a sacrifice her first time at bat. So she's 1 for 1 on the day. Sidlick waits on deck for HBU. He's back in. Doesn't get the call. The count goes to 2-0. And now Sampson will go out and have a word with Beaver. Beaver's pitched well, 5 hits so far. Only 1 run, but so far, Bears not been able to scratch so far against Lindy Swanson. As we play here, bottom of the 5th inning, 2-0 the count. Shelby Eccles, Sidlick on deck, followed by Brockway. So Huskies look to play a little add-on here. So we start to get late here in this ball game. Running a little late. We had a rain delay in the first game, pushed us back by about 30, 45 minutes. We're a little off schedule. Strike call that time makes it count 2-1. We were supposed to go at 3-5. Second game was more like 6:15 Central Time. So running about an hour 15 behind. Get this game in. We'll come back tomorrow at 2 and finish up the series as Eccles back to the pitcher, and she is retired 1-3 with the second out. That'll bring up Sidlick. So Humphrey stands on third. She reached on the base on balls. Now 2 outs for Sidlick. Sidlick a base knock in 2 trips. Looking for an RBI here. Takes a strike. Sidlick was 1 for 3 in the first game. Power hitting third baseman out of Conroe Oak Ridge. Takes strike 2. Now finds herself down in a count 0-2. Play protect mode here for Sidlick. It's generally not her MO. She likes to swing. Sidlick hits that one straight up in the air. Catcher looks like she has a beat on it. Won't get there. So I have no idea what they're going to call that. Not a clue. Not a clue. So the run does score. I'm being told that the run scored. Sidlick, who delayed going to first base, and we're going to have a conference. We'll get this squared away, but it is 3 outs, so we'll move to the top of the 6th and confirm the score when we come back. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here at the Husky Sports Network, and we're still in the bottom of the fifth inning. Now I'm being told the run did not score. The pitch was called a foul ball to Sidlick, so that should make Sidlick still down in the count 0-2. Return Humphreys to third base, and we'll do it all over again. And confusing as that was, but so Sierra Humphrey stands at third base. 0-2 the count, as that last pitch was just called a foul ball, which seems like it shouldn't have been that difficult to figure that one out. Just call foul ball and let's keep playing. That wasn't the case. And so 2 outs. Sidlick swings and misses, and that retires the side. So we'll do it again. Timeout. Let's go to the top of the 6th inning from Husky Field as Houston. Your score, HBU 1, Central Arkansas nothing. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here on the Husky Sports Network, Rodney Sidlick. Top of the 6th we go. After a quite adventurous bottom of the 5th. Designated player, J. Lee Engelkiss, steps in. Engelkiss, the number 4 hitter, the cleanup hitter, followed by Hill and Harris here as we play top of the 6th inning. Pitchers duel deluxe. Lindy Swanson, Kayla Beaver. Right now, advantage Swanson 1-0. She's done yeoman's work here in the circle for HBU against a very tough lineup for Central Arkansas. No runs, 4 hits for Central Arkansas, 1 run, 5 hits for HBU. So we said good old-fashioned pitchers duel here in Game 2 of the doubleheader, 5-2 UCA winners Game 1. Pitch is outside, will move the count to 2 balls and a strike on Engelkiss. Couple of base on balls so far today for Engelkiss. Hits that one back up to the second baseman. Hagler not in time over to Brockway and an infield hit for Engelkiss. Kyla Hill steps in. 0 for 2 on the day for Hill. Gabby Scott into the game to pinch run. Scott, a freshman from Bella Vista, Arkansas. She'll run for Engelkiss. Kyla Hill steps in. Hill was 1 for 3 with a couple RBIs in the first game. 0 for 2 here in the second game. Bunts it straight up in the air. Jaquez has a beat, squeezes it, and a big out right there for Lindy Swanson for the first out here in the sixth inning. Pinch runner stays at first. I'll bring up Tremere Harris. Harris 0 for 2 reached on an error. Hits that ball foul. Harris 0 for 3 in the first game. Bats here 0-1 the count. Outside corner catches it that time. Harris down the count now 0-2. Pinch runner Scott, first base for UCA, running for Engelkiss, who walked. 1 down, 0-2 the count on Harris. Slaps that one foul, third base side. We'll do it again 0-2 with 1 out. So 6th inning of work for Lindy Swanson. It said Swanson 160-yard run average of 5-0, the record coming in. She's worked hard out there in the circle, battled this very tough Central Arkansas lineup to a tune of no runs and 5 hits through 5 1/3 innings. Pitches up high, throw back. Nice throw by Jaquez. Not in time to get the pinch runner. Count goes to 1-2 on Tremere Harris. Bears right fielder, local product out of Conway, Arkansas. Outside corner, good pitch that time, doesn't get the call. Swanson, count will go to 2-2 on Harris. Kristen Whitehouse, shortstop, waits on deck. For Central Arkansas as we play top of the 6th. Inside corner, call strike 3. Harris goes down, and there's 2 down here in the 6th for Central Arkansas. Bring up Kristen Whitehouse, freshman. Whitehouse, a native of Moore, Oklahoma, Moore High School. 0 for 2 here, second game, right-handed hitter. Hits that ball straight up in the air. Jaquez under it, squeezes it, and that'll retire the side. Great work that time by Lindy Swanson as she gets out of the jam after 1 hit. No runs for Central Arkansas. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Husky Field at Houston. Your score. HBU 1, Central Arkansas nothing. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here at Husky Fields, Houston, Texas. Bottom of the sixth inning, we go in a pitcher's duel. Caleb Beaver returning to the circle for UCA to face 4, 5, and 6 in that Husky lineup. Caitlin Brockway, sophomore, Tomball Memorial High School, takes strike one. Brockway, RBI on a fielder's choice and a strikeout so far today here in the second game. 0 for 3 in the first game. Takes strike two and now finds herself down in the count 0 and 2. So Brockway, Roberts, Vinker, 4, 5, and 6 for Coach Mary Ellen Hall, looking to add to a 1-0 lead that the Huskies have held since the bottom of the first inning. Slaps that one to right field. Right fielder back, and she got it. Wow. Nice play that time. Tremere Harris, the right fielder, heading back towards that Houston Federal Credit Union sign in right center field, hauled that in on the track. Nice play on a really, really nice, hard hit ball off the bat of Brockway. And Brockway becomes the first out here in the sixth. J.C. Roberts hits that one right at the shortstop. 2 quick outs for Beaver here in the sixth inning. Two well-struck balls, 2 balls barreled up by these HBU hitters, but nothing to show for it. That'll bring up Sarah Vinker, the designated player. 0 for 1 with a sacrifice for Vinker as she swings and misses. Vinker had a double in the first game and 3 at-bats. Designated player. One of those pitchers being used by Coach Mary Ellen Hall in the hitting role. Depleted lineup. Fouls that one off. Now finds herself down the count 0 and 2, as we mentioned. Injuries taking a toll early in the season. Limited the options for Coach Hall as far as players off the bench and designated hitters. A lot of our HBU pitchers have had to step into that designated player role in the hitting lineup. Vinker, one of those. Second time today she's hitting that role. Takes strike 3, and that'll retire the side. 3 quick outs for Beaver, 3 up, 3 down. Let's move to the 7th. To your score, HBU 1, UCA nothing. You're watching Southland Conference Softball on the Husky Sports Network. Back here at Husky Fields, Houston, Texas. Effort by Lindy Swanson trying to finish this game off. Hagler over to Brockway, 1 down. Trying to finish what she started. Tell you what, this is a heck of an effort by Lindy Swanson. She's got 1 down here. Redshirt freshman, local product, Katy, Texas. St. John, the 22nd Preparatory Academy. Looks like we have a pinch hitter. So 17 to step in. That's Aaron Blackburn. Redshirt sophomore out of Howell, Texas. She's batting for Sampson. Takes a strike. Blackburn, 324 average stepping in. Left-handed hitter. She said she's hitting in the number 9 hole for Sampson. Inside, gets the call. Runs the count to 1-2. Swanson can work through Blackburn. She'll still have to go to the top of the batting order. Wildeman. Now she squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, swings and misses, and she's gone. Swinging K. 2 down. Lindy Swanson working on a complete game 5-hit shutout. She's going to have to go through the top of the batting order. Jenna Wildeman, freshman. She's going to finish this thing. Wildeman, Bentonville, Arkansas native. A single in 3 trips for Wildeman. Last hope here for Central Arkansas. The only thing standing between the shutout, Lindy Swanson. Pitches down low, a ball 0-1. HBU faithful getting a little restless down below us. They know what's at stake. Win against this tough second-place UCA team would look good on the resume of this HBU team here in Southland Conference play. Ball's hit down. Eccles. Brockway, that retires the side, and that is the ball game. A heck of an effort right there by Lindy Swanson as she throws the complete game shutout for only the 3rd loss in conference play this season for Central Arkansas. So your total board to wrap this one up, HBU, 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error. UCA, no runs on 5 hits, no errors. Lindy Swanson will get the win. That'll run her record to 6-0. Kayla Beaver suffers the loss, only giving up the 1 run. Her record drops to 13-6 on the season. So with that win, the HBU Huskies move their record to 8-9 in Southland Conference play. Central Arkansas falls to 14-3 as they remain in second place here in the Southland Conference. Hey, let's wind it up and do it again. 2 o'clock first pitch scheduled tomorrow. If you're joining us wherever you're joining us, we welcome you to come back for 2 o'clock tomorrow first pitch here from Houston, Texas, Husky Field. We'll have a rubber game of a 3-game series as Houston Baptist will look to take a series win from the second-place UCA Bears. That's going to do it for today's game. We'd like to thank everyone who made today's broadcast possible. The Assistant Athletic Director, Russ Renault. Ashton Ritchie to my right, working stats, camera, and everything involved up here. Erica Reyes, our media coordinator up here in the press box. From all of them, we thank all of you. Once again, your final score from Houston, HBU Huskies 1, UCA Bears nothing. Until tomorrow, so long, everybody.